Hey, good morning, AZ. I didn't know if I was going to come on this morning or not, but then I had a couple things happen to me that made me want to come on and maybe talk to. Hey, good morning, AZ. To somebody about it, and it I supposedly on eBay I got notification that the Parrot Anafi thermal sold. Okay. Now, that being said, I checked my accounts. There weren't any money. It says it's processing, whatever. Well, fine and dandy. Went to sleep last night because supposedly it sold yesterday at about 5 o'clock. Went to sleep yesterday, and then I woke up this morning and I was dilly dallying around and I checked my emails. I get an email from supposedly the person that purchased it. And what it says is that he inadvertently put the wrong address in eBay, and that he no longer lives there anymore. That red flag number one. Red flag number two is I check and see he's only been a member for according to eBay, for like less than a month. Red flag number two. And when I checked all of my accounts this morning, there's no money, but it says I should be shipping it. Red flag number three. And to top it all off, I no longer can you as an individual or buyer or seller talk to anybody on eBay on the telephone. I tried for an hour or so trying to get through to figure out if there was a phone number. To no avail. So I'm a little bit miffed. Oh, I see we got a ship coming up. Well, whatever. I'm not in the mood for that today. Let me see if I can tell you guys what the ship is going to be in the background here. The Michigan is what it is coming up. And it is headed for Sault Ste. Marie. However, so that's my dilemma. Yeah, so like I say, when you get to my age, you start to just question everything. Justin, how you doing this morning?
How's it going?
I don't know if you heard any of my discussion.
No, I just saw that you were live. Popped in. I hadn't heard nothing.
Well, I was just talking in the chat with AZ, and hi to Hanging with JD is here, and the Parrot Anafi supposedly sold yesterday, 4 or 5 o'clock-ish on the Eastern time. Okay. And it says that I should ship it. Well, I checked all the accounts and everything. I didn't see any money, but it's the real small print. It says that the transaction is being processed and I should receive the money shortly. So at in fact, let me just pull up the email. Okay, let me go to here. Go to here. Okay. So I get the normal email from eBay. Okay. So then I get an email from Lakasam 5366, which sounds to me a little bogus. And it says, hi, buddy. Well, that's a flag because thanks THX for your listing. I am happy that I bought it from you, small u, and hope everything will be like it is described. Sorry, but I sent you my old address. I no longer live there and am not able to receive it. I am sending you, just the letter U, my contact location with a photo below, and I want to receive it there. Thanks again.
It's like,
And the photo below is so small I can't even read the damn thing. But
scammers need to at least learn basic English if they're going to try to scam people. Jesus, that's always a red flag.
yep. And let me see if I can read the address. It's going to Camille Hasamanamanamanteva.
Well,
Yeah,
how are they
Corey.
scamming you if the sale went through eBay?
Well, and I tried to contact eBay and I get a message on the eBay on all their phone numbers. They no longer respond directly to you. You have to do it online. Well, if you go and say you have a problem, they give you a list of what problems they accept. And you can't just put in an exception. It's just so maddening. It's frustrating.
So what are you going to do? Just not ship it or whatever?
I don't, to be honest with you, I don't know what to do. It's just isn't right, you know?
Yeah, because I'm wondering if you're gonna ship it and then he's gonna say, "Oh, well, I didn't get it."
Yeah.
So, I'm not super familiar with eBay scams.
I don't, to be honest with you, I don't know what to do.
Okay.
It's a $2,000 item. I'm just going to ship it to somebody else because the original listing, let me pull it up, or my notice from eBay that it sold. Let me go down here. Okay. I'm going to screen share this so everybody can see it. Okay, it's a good news. Your item is sold. The buyer has paid. Okay, yep. Ship it by Friday. And it says go to a Mark Conway. Ship to Mark Conway, DeLand, Florida. But he said, then the email comes as, oh no, that's not me, and it's got some bogus address with some kind of a Arabic name on it.
Yeah, with broken English and all that.
Yeah.
But with one of the whitest American names, yeah, something's fishy.
Yep. But I cannot anywhere contact eBay. I can contact the buyer or sell another item or print the label, mark the is shipped up. And that's all that they give you an option to do. And it's very frustrating.
Can't cancel it?
How do you cancel it? eBay has gotten so screwed up that it doesn't let you just do anything.
Well, I wonder what happens if you just decide not to sell it. Do you get like a mark
Yeah.
on your record, or if you decide you're just not going to ship it, you get some kind of mark on your account?
Yeah, let me go over and check my, just plain going to my eBay account and see if it, I'll go to selling. And it just comes up and says ship it. Ship it out to Mark Conway by Friday, the 8th, which is this Friday.
Yeah, because I'm wondering if that Mark Conway, his information probably got stolen and he's using it to buy the item, but then he's trying to get you to send it to another address.
Yeah,
Or
I don't know. Don't know. It's just message. Yeah, it shows the message from the buyer here on the eBay site, but
you got to be
I'm so confused. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, because you got to be careful with those freaking emails because sometimes they're fake.
Yeah, I'm gonna screen share the. I don't think there's any.
I don't know. I mean, the guys that deal with eBay more, like AZ and stuff, they're the guys that are. I couldn't help you on that because I don't, like I said, I don't use eBay just for that simple reason.
Because it says, I'm screen sharing it right now. I know you can't see it, but it says the Paradenofi, okay, sold for $2,000, which is what I was asking for it. Print the label, ship it out to Mark Conway by Friday, April the 8th to DeLand, Florida.
Because I'd almost bet you that information was stolen. And he's trying to get you to send it somewhere else. And then when you send it there, then eBay is going to catch on that it was stolen, and then you're going to be out $2,000.
Yep.
Because eBay is not going to cover
that. Okay. And right here it says message from buyers. Hi, buddy. Okay. When I click on that to reply, the question you are trying to answer is either invalid or older than 90 days. You cannot respond to the question older than 90 days.
It's a little weird.
So what I'm wondering if I shouldn't do is just ship it according to the label.
Honestly, I mean,
I'm not gonna ship anything until I get the money, right?
My opinion, it would be not to ship it at all. Well, the thing is, though, is eBay is going to hold the money, right? You're not going to just be able to get the money.
Well,
right?
if I can verify the sale through eBay, and I can't talk to anybody. My frustration level for an old man, it's gone through the roof.
Like I said, maybe AZ or them can spitball something and figure out, but I don't know enough about eBay to. This is why I avoid eBay and I avoid Facebook Marketplace and all that. Just because it's to the point where it's just so annoying. Scams that I just don't like it even shopping on there because of that.
Yeah, exactly. That's my recommendation is to everybody. Well, of course, any kind of selling platform has it's easy pickings for people that'll take you to the cleaners.
See, that's why I like sticking to Amazon and Walmart, because if a third party does scam you, at least they'll refund your money without giving you a hassle about it. Because I've never had issues with Amazon or Walmart refunding.
Yeah, and I've also heard there's issues with PayPal recently too, where PayPal always just doesn't want to get involved. Whoever they want to get involved with, not necessarily is the right way, But hanging with JD, I don't know how I can actually delete the sale.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I was saying. That's the only thing I can think of to do. try.
Because when I go to eBay and look at the sale, it only says print the shipping label, reply, you can't reply, or list another item. It doesn't say that I can cancel that sale. So I don't know. I don't know what to do.
I definitely wouldn't ship it at all though.
Yeah, don't ship it until I hear anything better.
Because this is what I'm thinking, right? Worst case scenario, eBay is going to get pissed at you because you didn't follow through with the sale, and they'll either
And maybe they'll contact me, right?
well, either that or they'll mark your account with some kind of fucking thing, or they'll cancel your account, but at least you wouldn't be out $2,000.
Yeah.
The worst case scenario, I mean, you're going to lose your eBay account for not following through, but I don't know if they do that or not, or if they just give you some kind of mark on your record saying, hey, this one time he didn't follow through with the sale.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would rather
Mike Rennick says something smells fishy to him too.
I would rather lose my eBay account than be out $2,000.
Yep, exactly. So
That's
I'm just gonna sit on it. Well, unless I see money. And then if I
Right.
see money, I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit until I get notice that I didn't ship it. And then decide at that point, do I ship it or just hold the money until somebody contacts me?
So I like I said, I would rather lose my eBay account. Yeah, $2,000. That's a lot of money.
Yep.
Because
Yeah, because I got it first thing this morning. I got it all boxed up and everything back, and it's in the box and ready to rock and roll. And then I just kept checking to see if I got paid because I figured he purchased it yesterday. Let me see if I can find out when it was purchased.
like I said, obviously the scam.
Yeah, it looks like it was purchased. It was purchased last night. And so I waited till this morning because it says, here's what to expect next. Ship your item. Get paid per normal bank processing time. If you haven't already added your bank account, I bet. You're cutting in and out, Justin. So, yeah, I don't know. I am, mark me as frustrated. Neil, you cannot contact eBay directly. The customer service number at eBay now goes to an automation. It will not send you to an agent. It tells you you have to do everything online. So how do you explain it online? Because there's no description of what you're calling about. They give you categories. And if you go to fraudulent activities, it just goes crazy. Justin, you sound like a harmonica, Justin.
Can you hear me now? I can almost bet that information is stolen.
Yeah, I'm betting the same thing. And AZ says if the buyer cancels, the buyer has to cancel the purchase, not the seller. If you do it, you get all kinds of strikes against you.
Like I said, I'd rather have all them strikes and be out $2,000.
And the address that he sent me is like a postage stamp on there. I can't read the damn thing. Just looks like several different lines.
Can you hear me now, Paul?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I would rather, if I was you, I would just sit on it because maybe, hopefully, I have a feeling that that information is stolen. And if you sit on it long enough, they're going to figure it out, whoever it is, and it will get canceled automatically through eBay because whoever's information it was will catch on at some point.
AZ just sent me a link. Report an issue with the buyer. If you having a problem with the buyer because they're not following our rules, let us know and we'll look. Resolve unpaid, manage returns. See, it's not returns or refunds. Dispute feedback. There is nothing in here. I'll show you what the link that which I appreciate. Okay, when I go to that, report an issue with the buyer. If you're having problem with the buyer because you're not following the rules, let us know and we'll look into it. You don't need to report issues related to specific orders. Instead, read our articles on there. When you report a buyer, you should only report a buyer if you think they're violating our policies. Here are a few examples when I report a buyer. The buyer is demanding something that wasn't offered. You believe the buyer is making a false claim. You believe the buyer is misusing the eBay money back guarantee. They're asking you to complete a sale off eBay. They're abusing the bid restriction process. They're messaging you more than what would be considered normal and no intentions of buying the item. How to report a buyer. Report a buyer. Tip. If you also report a buyer from your sold items list, choose feedback from the drop-down, blah, blah, blah. We take our reports seriously. Yeah, right. Why don't you talk to me then?
I think the second one, Paul, about them misusing eBay, or what was that second one you read?
The second one is you believe the buyer is misusing the eBay back guarantee. You believe the second one, you believe the buyer is making a false claim.
There you go, right there. Because
yeah, but it doesn't have a click on it.
I don't know. I think that they're making a false claim by because they're buying it under one name, and then they're telling you that they're actually named something else.
Yeah, I'm just what I'm concerned with right now is that I'm going to click the wrong button and screw myself up and everything else. You know, where if you talk to somebody, they're usually competent. If they're not, then they'll pass you on to somebody that is competent in the issue you're having. I've never had this kind of an issue with eBay before, especially when it appears a name change because the guy that bought it doesn't seem to be the guy. And it sounds like they were trying too hard in their message to sound North American. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I'm saying. They were using a North American name, but they're clearly not because they can't even write a sentence that sounds.
Okay. AZ says to report, go ahead and report the buyer. Okay, let me go over here. Nope, not that one. Let's report a buyer. Click on report a buyer. Clicked on it.
And if it only gives you certain options, you're going to have to pick the one that's closest to what you feel like explains what's going on. Which I think it would be false misinformation or false information. Because obviously they're giving you two different names.
Okay, what I did is I just popped it up here so I can read the chat AZ, plus I can screen share. So when I screen share. Okay, so here's what happens to AZ when I clicked it up there. If the buyer has violated an eBay policies, let us know. Buyers who violate policy may be warned, blocked from future returns, or blocked from future purchases. Okay, here it is, Anafi Ultra, right? Sale date was the 5th, was yesterday. And here's it had me click this button right there. So now if I click continue, okay, you've selected it. Next, tell us what happened.
There you go.
Demanded something, buyer made a false claim, buyer misused returns, buyer messaged me or retracted their bid with no intention of biting the order. It's none of those. But here's your choices. Buyer demanded something that was not offered in the listing. Buyer made a false claim. Buyer misused returns. Buyer messaged me or retracted their bid with no intention of buying the item. But the last portion of that is I have no idea knowing what his intentions are. Whether the real buyer is that the Mark guy, or if it's the Hassam whatever that is,
Well, that's why you have to give them all that information. It's I would say false claim. Because they're saying that they're one person, but then they're turning around saying they're somebody else. Right there, that's a false claim. That's why I said you got to pick the one that's going to best describe it, and I would say that would be it. And then if it gives you a box to type in exactly what you're explaining.
Well, that's exactly what AZ says to do. I'm going to click on false claim. Claim the item was not described when that wasn't true. Claimed an item was not received of tracking. That's the only choices.
Huh.
Claimed the item was not as described and wasn't true. Nope, that's not true. That's not an accurate statement. Claimed an item was not received when tracking shows it was delivered. That's not true.
It doesn't give you a box to type in there.
No, there's nowhere I can add anything. Let's change it. Let's go to this one. Demanded something that was not offered in the list. Requested a shipping service I did not offer, or to ship to an address other than what.
There you go.
There you go.
That's the one you need.
Okay.
Perfect. You found the one you're looking for.
Receive.
I was going to tell you go through and just see what all the
request to ship to another address.
And make sure you say that was also a different name as well than what was on the list.
Under different name and location. No verified payment. Okay, submit. Thanks for helping us. Keep AB safe. By reporting this buyer, you've become an important part of whatever it did. Here's what you can do next. You never have to agree to any changes. If the buyer demands change to what originally offered or the shipping, you can choose to either cancel the order or you can complete the transaction under the terms. Well, let's see what, it
So
says that
probably
it says I got another message since I did that. Let's see if it came up.
it's either that or it's just a confirmation saying that you submitted that.
We're reviewing your report. Hi, Paul. Thank you for letting us know. Fire. Requested a shipping service I didn't offer, shipped to an address other than what it provided. Comments, received request to ship to another. Yep, it's my comment. You never have to agree to any changes of buyer requests in terms of your listing. eBay protections. You should always use the shipping address provided by the buyer during checkout. If the buyer demands a change of what you originally offered, shipping address, you can choose to either cancel the order or you can complete the transaction under the original terms.
But you don't even want to do that because
No, I want to let it sit because I don't know if there's money out there. I don't, what I'm trying to protect is maybe the legitimate purchase. And that maybe it's just the purchase has been hacked somehow.
well, even then, you don't want to get involved with that at all.
No, I don't.
I would just go ahead and cancel it when they give you the option and then just either relist it or start getting a hold of people in the drone community that you know and see if anybody wants to buy it that you can go through somebody legitimately. I mean, but I definitely.
It just smelled really bad to me when I got that email.
Well, it's good you were paying attention though.
Well, that's the problem. Scammers get away with this shit and they continue to do it.
Right.
Wait and see what eBay says, AZ says.
That's what I would do. Just sit back and wait. Because you'll probably get an email sometime in the next couple days or a message on your eBay account. Because it's probably going to take most places when they do like that, usually it's a 24 to 72 hour period of investigation.
Yeah.
Hear anything back. So I'm sure you're not going to hear nothing today. You probably won't hear anything for a couple days. But I mean, all the correspondent back and forth of him wanting to change addresses and all that, that's all saved in the eBay, right? Because it went through eBay, right?
Yeah.
So they'll be able to see all those messages.
Right. I'm sorry to rant and rave on here, but I turn to my friends when I get confused, and you guys are all my friends, and I know that you wouldn't steer me in the wrong direction.
No, I mean, that's what we're here to help you. So trying to figure it
out. AZ in the chat says a scam is big business, which banks lose a lot of money, big time.
Oh yeah, billions a year.
Well, and I would imagine individuals, because like if I shipped it to that other address, I'm out, and then they could just say, well, I never got it,
Well, if I'm not mistaken, though, banks don't even really lose the money because they're insured through the federal government, right? So any like losses, doesn't that get like refunded from the government?
I don't know how that works.
Because I think that their like money's like federally insured, but I'm not sure how that works either. Because I think that like when, but I don't know if the banks directly lose that money or if the government like refunds it when they have to replace money for scams and stuff. I don't know. AZ probably would know, but just be glad AZ was in the chat because I figured he'd be the one to figure it out.
Yep. AZ, thank you.
Because honestly, like I said, I'm not going to be much help because I don't use eBay.
Well, big ticket items usually you have to put, unless you can sell it locally and the guy comes and picks it up, right?
It's like the only scams I really know about are Facebook scams. I actually did a whole video on them. I know how that works. But
Yeah,
as far as sure how
and
this
Marlon also says that another big time scam with anything is that you ship the item and they claim it was broken. However, it is one that had been broken previously and it's a scam.
right. That's what see. That's exactly why I don't like selling shit. That's why it worries me to even use eBay half the time, and that's why I've always steered clear of eBay, and Facebook Marketplace. I've only used a few times, and it was like a local pickup. Like I wasn't shipping, I wasn't doing any of that. You had to come look at the item, or I wasn't selling it to you.
Yeah, but see, what the interesting thing was is on eBay when I went to try and pull up the message because it says I had a message from the buyer, it was a red line. That definitely should not be.
Yeah, that's weird. It's almost like eBay's system was catching on to it, but not doing nothing about it.
Well, yeah, because it's the computer doing it, you know?
That's the problem is no matter how good these companies try to block scams like this, there's always somebody out there who will figure out how to beat it.
Yep.
I mean, unless they get some kind of like Haizu AI system that is super intelligent and can figure stuff out like that. I mean,
Yeah, see, here's the here's the eBay notification on the sale, right? So I go down here and it says right here, message from buyers. Hi, buddy. How are you? Thanks for listening. Sent at 2:06 this morning, right? And when I I'm going to click on the reply. Big red box across the top says the question you are trying to answer is either invalid or older than 90 days. You cannot respond to the question older than 90 days.
Send a reply back. First of all, I ain't your buddy.
Well, it won't let me reply.
That's what's funny.
Really weird.
That's what's funny is it won't let you reply. So I'm wondering if eBay's system did catch it, but you just haven't been notified yet.
Well, the other interesting thing is it says that trying to reply to an invalid or older than 90 days. I wonder if they're not recycling that same comment, through a hack.
Yeah, that could be it. Like I said, it's possible maybe eBay's system had caught it.
Because if you notice in his original request to me, it does not indicate what he purchased, when he purchased. It just says that he gave eBay the wrong address. So he could be every time that something gets sold, he could be sending the seller. You know how you can message the seller? He could be sending the seller that same message over and over again.
Very true.
To all of these different sellers, and he's collecting whatever he can get his hands on.
You know what you should do later when you got some free time is go on the computer and go on YouTube and look up that particular scam and see if somebody's done a video on it. That can really go in depth and explain to you how they're doing that. That way for the future, you know exactly. Because there's one guy, I don't remember his channel name, but that's all he does is he does videos on eBay scams and Facebook Marketplace scams. He does a bunch of videos on different selling websites. But you might be able to look it up and just see what the common scams are That way, for in the future, you know exactly what you're dealing with when it happens.
Yeah.
Watch a couple videos on it because there's plenty of guys online that do scam videos.
Yeah.
Because they'll actually go through with the scams for their YouTube channels just so they can show you how it works. Like they'll actually, but they're big channels that make money, so they can afford to do that. You know, they'll actually go through with the scam just to show you how it works.
Yeah. Hey, Ron, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, good morning. How you guys doing?
My friends on here are trying to help me to calm my nerves down. I don't know if you heard about it.
Mm-mm.
I sold the Anafi thermal, right, on
Okay.
eBay
Okay.
yesterday, late, like 10 o'clock last night. And then I get a message at 4 o'clock this morning saying that the address that they had mistakenly was an old address to where to ship it to, and that therefore they wanted me to send it to a new address, and it has a different name on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I cannot find anywhere where the money has transposed, but eBay's regulations are I'm supposed to ship it out immediately.
Oh, you call them, Paul.
You can't call eBay anymore.
Yes, you can.
I've tried
I
all
just
the
called them 2-3 months ago.
Yeah, but they've changed it.
Really?
And the customer service number that they even have posted, it comes up, says this number is no longer in service. If you need any assistance, go to online service on your eBay page.
Well, then you write them. Their address must match their PayPal account.
Yep.
You write on there, I am uncomfortable with this transaction. This transaction feels fraudulent to me.
Yep.
You write all that stuff and they'll stop it.
Yeah, well, that's what I did. I did do that. AZ helped me find how to do it, and we went through online here and did it. And and so then I got a message back says that we will be looking into it and get back with you.
Yeah, because anymore eBay, they're all about the buyer. They give no backup to the seller anymore. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah,
Well, yeah,
last time I dealt with them.
He was able to figure it out though with AZ. So
Yeah, AZ helped me a bunch, and other people in the chat gave me some advice too. But
Yeah.
you know, it's the first time I'm used to things going smooth. You know,
Yeah.
you buy it, I get the money, I ship it.
But they are like, you know, they're getting so good with these scams. You got to keep up with the times.
well,
Yeah.
that's why I told Paul to go on YouTube later when he's got some free time and look up scammer videos that these guys do about the scams. That way he can learn which ones they are and how they work and everything. So in the future, you know what I'm saying? Because there's one guy, I was telling him, there's one guy that does them for eBay and everything, but he actually goes on there and lets the scams go through just so he could show you exactly how they work.
Oh, AZ got me a phone number.
Really?
Let me see if it's the same one that I have now. Let's see. The number that it used to be was
I'll tell you, it's a lifesaver sometimes.
It could be. I just called them about 3 months ago.
it used to be 866-961-9253. That's what I called. And when you call it, I'm going to I'll let you guys listen.
Hi, welcome to eBay. Just so you know, we may record and listen to this call. Please listen closely to this message. This line is dedicated to customers who may have experienced fraudulent activity on their accounts. Our fraud experts on this line won't be able to help with any other questions. If you have any other questions, our customer service team is happy to assist you when you contact us from our website. You'll find the contact options, including phone and chat, at the bottom of most help pages. Just visit ebay.com/help. Again,
Oh.
that's ebay.com/help. To help direct your call, we'll need to identify your eBay account and the issue you need help with. If you use guest checkout, please have your order ID ready, which you can find in your order confirmation email or from your purchase history on My eBay. And what's the zip code or postal code on your account?
48060.
I don't think you waited long enough on the phone there, Paul. I think you.
In a few words, tell me how I can help you.
Fraudulent purchase.
Okay, I have a couple of options to help answer your question. I can play back some information on this topic for you, or text you a link to our online help, where you can find information related to your question
Press Uconnect phone button to answer.
anytime, day or night. Which
Hello?
Okay, so in other words, she wants to send me
Hello?
to another voice.
Phone call completed.
But that phone number, AZ, that's right down here, customer service or report fraud. Let me write those down. Customer service. 866 3
Incoming call from
8
Broadwork. Mobile, press Uconnect phone button to answer.
Hello?
95.
Yeah. I tried to answer you, but it disconnected.
Fucking hand free.
What's up?
Anyhow, Chase will be leaving West Palm today, and he's going to start reading meters there in St. Cloud because
Okay.
it's going to be actually close to him.
Okay, AZ.
So tomorrow when you go out there, unless he
I'm
gets up
gonna
there early
mute.
enough today,
Justin, he's doing business. Okay, AZ.
The only thing you tell him, Paul, and that's because I ran into the exact thing. I had a guy who says he was in Canada, who said he had an office in Washington State. And then he was trying to say, oh, I'm not, going through with a transaction. I called eBay and I said, his PayPal and his address on eBay do not match. I am
Yeah.
uncomfortable with this transaction and I want to immediately stop it. And right then and there, they withdrew the whole transaction. And I said, I want him reported. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I guess maybe I should go right directly to the fraud telephone number
Mm-hmm.
and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Sorry to be doing this while you guys are all online with me, but
That's right. It's kind of what we do.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of it,
I'm just gonna take the day easy today.
Hey, how's the herd?
I don't know. They haven't been around. I checked my camera. They were only here once while I was gone. But
Hi, welcome to eBay. Just so you know, we may record and listen to this call. To help direct your call, we'll need to identify your eBay account and the issue you need help with. If you use guest checkout, please have your order ID ready, which you can find in your order confirmation
Isn't
email.
that the same recording we just had?
I think so.
To get you to the right person, tell me the reason for your call.
Fraudulent activity.
Okay. I have a couple of options to help answer your questions.
See, she wants to answer questions.
Sorry, which would you like? Say, playback information or text me a link.
Get screwed. See, they evidently it's turned into artificial intelligent eBay.
Yeah,
No, there's very limited people to answer any
oh, I know.
question. So both those phone numbers that were on there, even though they're different numbers, I wrote them down. You know, you get the same bullshit. So I'll just wait and see what happens when they're checking into it and they'll get back with me. Because that was the only place, Ron, where I saw it had a box where I could make a comment and tell what my side of the story.
Really. You know, I've heard of a lot of people, even, you know, because a lot of the high dollar items, a good practice to get into is when you go to like UPS or the mail, leave your box open and film the mail attendant closing your box with the contents inside, you know, because people have like, oh, they sent me a box of rocks. No, here's footage right here of the camera inside the box being sealed by the, you know, mail person.
Yeah.
Yeah, those bastards.
Yeah, you know, and that's exactly what the whole thing is. I guess you send it insured, but that doesn't, you know, the Postal Service insurance doesn't cover like broken on the other end
Yeah,
or misinformation or, you know. Yeah, it's just not comfortable doing
It's not.
business anymore.
it's not.
But since it's an Anafi thermal, and you know, they usually sell refurbed or used ones anywhere from $2,400 down to $2,000, and I put mine at two or $2,400, $2,300. I listed mine at 2,000, and I got a buyer, but it's hard to know, especially this case. Let's say I go ahead and print off all the information that eBay sent to me and I ship it, and that is a fraud, you know?
Yeah. Did you deal with PayPal also?
Well, I think so, but it says
No, wait,
my
the
notice of
payment.
in my notice of the sale, it says that you should receive your payment within the normal business transaction period.
Well,
doesn't
until you
say-
receive payment, you don't ship it.
Yeah, exactly. And I keep checking my accounts and I don't see it.
Yep. You know, and then you have that option of messaging with the buyer. And I would message him and let him know, number one, A, I haven't received payment. B, your address you want me to send to and your PayPal address do not match. That is a eBay policy. And you write him that.
Yeah,
That way there, Paul, you've got it in writing.
right.
Well,
Make
know,
sure you do that.
Ron, I was telling Paul, I was like, you know, he's coming back with a Middle Eastern name and he can't
Yeah.
even write a sentence without it being completely broken English.
Yeah.
But yet, original name on the account is like the whitest American name. I was like, there's got to be. I was like, it's probably stolen information. It's probably the guy that's.
Yep.
It's probably stolen.
Well, see,
account.
that was my concern, and Justin is echoing it right now, is maybe it legitimately is being purchased by the guy that I got the notice of. And that this guy somehow has hacked it and because my information is contact the seller. He could send me, anybody could send you, and if they saw that it's sold, they could send you a notification to, oh, I gave the wrong address and everything, send it to here.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't, don't fret on it, Paul. Number one, there has been a violation, period. The address of eBay, the address of PayPal do not match. And you're protected by that. So you're not going to get an eBay gig on it. That I do know about. I've used to deal a lot with it. And that's the reason I don't deal with eBay anymore. I'm just so sick of the bullshit. Anyhow.
Well, I usually buy and never have an issue.
Yeah.
I have a reputation of buying a few things, and
Just a little bit.
just a little bit, and I've never had an issue. Okay,
Mm,
probably because I'm an honest person dealing with an honest forethought.
yeah.
But
Honestly, I think you just have been lucky up to this point that you just happen to because like I said, I can go on Facebook Marketplace and post 5 different things, and 4 out of the 5 I'll get scammers.
yeah,
Hey, Justin, I just saw a thing on Facebook. Who was with Johnny Drone Flyer? Michael. They were riding together. The guy from Texas.
Oh, yeah, what about them?
Anyhow, they were in their car, and I guess down Florida, they got one hellacious rainstorm and hail yesterday and damaged the shit out of his car.
well, yeah, I heard there was flooding down there.
Yeah. Oh my God. That night we were Sarah and Justin. That remember a couple of those big puddles. I think what happens is, a lot of the leaves and stuff, they clog up the drains, and
Yeah.
no better here. I come back into Colorado. I was going to go stay in Colorado yesterday and drive to Pikes Peak and actually make an extra day of it. And I ended up just coming home because there were anywhere from 50 to 80 mile an hour winds. The dust storms was just unbelievable. It literally looked like you were driving in a blizzard, only it was brown. The dust bowls coming off the pastures, and yeah.
Did you see what Russell put in the chat? He says, I like buying stuff from Paul on eBay. I just say, ship me the drone and I'll pay you Friday, the first Friday of 2029.
Yeah.
I was in a parking lot the other day and it was flooded, and I drove over top of the grate and I just moved my wheel back and forth and it unclogged it and it started draining. I just pulled over top of it and started moving my wheel back and forth on the truck.
Yeah, it's kind of mushed it down through the grate.
Yeah, and then it ended up draining. But that's what happens a lot of times, especially here in Florida with all the rough, with all the trees and everything. It's just it gets clogged up by leaves and shit. Because that puddle we went through the other thing was almost up to the bottom of the board.
Oh, I know. Justin, I think I was up close to your way on, what's today? On Monday. Tony came and picked me up, and we're down in Polk County. And we went to, what did he call that? There was a big tower that's down there. You may have heard it. It's supposed to be the tallest structure in Florida.
About Rock Tower.
Yeah.
Dude, that's only like 15, 20 minutes from my house.
No kidding. Yeah, we went to that. We flew it.
Yeah, I flew outside of it because they wouldn't let me go inside to fly it.
Really?
So I flew
Yeah,
outside.
we were, oh God, matter of fact, we were a mile away.
Yeah, that place is huge. The inside of there. You have to go way on the outskirts of it to even get to it if you're going to fly to it. Damn, you should have called me and told me you were in the county. Yeah, that's only like 20 minutes from my house.
Yeah, we were wasn't until we were getting ready to leave and I saw a sign that said Polk County. I'm like, oh shit, I'm near Dustin's house somewhere.
Weren't that far from it. Because that's over in the Lake Wells area, which is right next to Winter Haven.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron, did you go on that boat outing that somebody was live streaming and it was very
Yeah.
choppy?
Yeah. We were fishing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was Bill that was live streaming.
Yep.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Uncle
Bill.
Bill.
Yeah, he was.
Bill loves the live stream.
Yep.
Shit, he burned through, I think, what, 2 or 3 batteries on his Air 2S, just walking it around and live streaming the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wasn't even flying it. He was just walking it around, live stream, showing everybody. And then I was sitting at his tablet, at his little table. I was talking to the stream while he was walking it around the event. But I would say that we probably, like Ray was talking the other night on his show, I'm pretty sure we probably broke 100 people there. Easy.
You think?
Paul
Yeah, well-
Hodges says, wow, somebody's back home. He must be talking about you, Ron.
Yeah.
85 people signed the book, and I don't think everybody signed it. So we had to have broke over 100 people.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, it was a good trip, guys.
I'm going to send those drones to Matt.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to send them to him either tomorrow or Friday. And I'm going to take all the triples and duplicate stickers that I got, and I put a whole little care package together with them. And I had grabbed an extra badge from the meetup, and I put Sarah wrote Matt's name on it, so he has an official badge for it.
Oh,
So he's got his own lanyard and everything. I packed up a whole little care package. So he'll have he'll have a bunch of channel stickers and all that. So, and then everybody really liked my idea with putting the stickers in the frame.
yes, I saw that last night. You
Yeah.
guys just went off just as I was getting home last night.
Yeah, we figured it
Well,
was a travel day for you yesterday.
Yeah.
Hey, question we have. Everybody in the chat's been waiting to hear. Did you stop and see your favorite desk clerk?
Oh, it's funny you mentioned that. Oh my God, I called the hotel yesterday when I got to Denver. And, the shuttle, being that my truck was there at the hotel, you can call and get the shuttle,
Yeah.
come to the airport and pick you up. This dude came down. Oh my God, he was so damn funny. He was hysterical. And big black dude. And he picks me up. He's funny. I knew he was going to be funny as shit because when the desk clerk asked me, sir, go to door this, island this, and the driver will pick you up. Okay. And could I have your phone number so if the driver can't find you? So this driver calls me and he said, I'm 2 minutes and 48 seconds out. And I'm like, really?
That's pretty specific.
I'm standing out there in this island. Sure as shit. It was 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I'm like, dude, I said, you must have done this trip a couple times. So I knew he was a comedian.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we started talking on the way back. And then the subject came up of Alicia. He goes, get in line. He goes, yeah, that's one hot little mama. But then right at the end, he drops me off at the hotel. He says, hey brother, I'll do you a favor. He goes, I got your number. I could pass it on.
There you go.
Yeah, he was funny.
Did you tell him please do?
Yeah, hell yeah. Do it, dude, do it. Yeah,
Ron's like, here's my backup number, my email.
yeah.
That's right.
Here's a couple of pictures I did, guys, on the trip. I don't know if you saw these.
Oh, wow.
This is straight out of the camera, not even any editing. Pelican. Can you see this one too?
Yeah.
I just kind of like the way he's looking at me.
out of the corner of his eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a couple of times Ron disappeared and I was trying to find him. We were like, where the hell did he go? And he took off down the coast a little bit to take some pictures.
Yeah. He kind of had a piece of food in him right there. Yeah. Yeah, I just went for a couple times. I went for a walk by myself and just took the camera, went for a walk. I got, what camera is that on? Oh, here, you got to see this. This is really cool. But that's right. Yeah, I got the right thing in there. They're called, is that what you call them? Correct me, Justin, iguanas? The little lizards?
Iguanas,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're-
Let me find it here.
Based in Florida. Those are the ones that you're supposed to kill on site if you can't see one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll be able
There's
to see this on screen.
Cutting in and out
They
again,
get-
Justin.
they get huge.
Yeah,
I think you said huge because you said they get heat.
Yeah, I've seen them for. I saw one about a month ago when I was driving down the road. It was about 4 feet. That thing was huge. But there's a kill on site order on them. 'Cause they're
Well, they're
invasive.
not native to Florida. They just been let loose, right?
Yeah, a bunch of people have let them loose and they've repopulated and they've gotten out of control. And that's why I said you're supposed to kill them when you see them. Like anybody is, there's a kill on site order on them.
It's just sad. It's just sad to think that kill on sight, a living being, but I understand it.
That's why I said there's a guy that has a real successful YouTube channel here in Florida, and he shows you how to catch them, kill them humanely, and then he shows you how to cook them and everything and eat them.
They cook them?
Yeah, they cook them up. Yeah,
Well, they cook rattlesnake too, don't they, Ron?
yeah.
rattlesnake is good. I've had that plenty of times when I was in California. There was a guy that used to give us $5 for every rattler we caught.
No
Okay.
kidding.
And then he'd give us $1 per scorpion because he made the paperweights out of them. He would put the scorpions in those little like glass bubbles,
Yeah.
and then he would resell those to tourists. And then he would make the snakes. He would like encase them in like this like plastic, like the plastique or whatever that is called. And he would like put the snake up in a coil and like put this shit on it, and it would like permanently encase it. But yeah, he used to give us money for every rattle and scorpion we got.
I'm trying to find.
We used to go out and catch them all the time.
Oh, shoot.
And then if it was a real big rattlesnake, he'd give us a lot more money. Like it was a huge, gigantic one. Because every once in a while, you'd find a good like 4 or 5 foot one. It was huge. But the scorpions, those were easy to find. We could easily go out and catch 20, 30 of those in no time. You just had to know where to look for them. And every once in a while, you'd run across tarantulas and what the hell were those
I
called?
can't find that clip. Hmm.
They were like little lizards, but they had the little spikes on them. I just can't think of the name of them out there.
Right back. Mia's got to go out. Ron, you're in charge with Justin.
Alrighty. See what kind of hell we can raise.
Oh God, I left my house at 7:30 this morning. I'm just now getting to St. Cloud. It's almost 10 o'clock.
I tell you, just I realize after you're in an area like me for a while, you realize I couldn't live there. With all that traffic and yeah, I couldn't do it.
St. Cloud's my farthest city I have to go to. And it can take anywhere between an hour and 50 to 2.5 hours to get there, depending on traffic.
Wow.
And trust me, and today was a long one.
I
Like I
bet.
said,
Oh,
well, I
here
left-
it is.
I left my house at 7:30, and then I got to FPU office at 7:40, and then left there at 7:50, and now I'm just getting into here, and it's almost 10 o'clock. So took about 2 hours and 20 minutes, 10 minutes, somewhere there. I'm still about 10 minutes out from my destination. So
Hmm.
about 2 hours and 20 minutes it took me to get here. But thank God Paul's been on live because he helped me with that long ass ride. It's nice in the mornings when he's on live and I can when I'm coming out here. It helps with the long drive.
Justin, can you see the screen very well?
I mean, I can see it, but you guys, every time you guys screen share something, it's super small. I can barely see it
Oh.
because I'm on my phone. Plus, I'm driving, so I really can't.
Well, I'll share this with the rest of the group, but this was cool. It's just one thing I really like about that Sony camera. Here, this you like the slow motion, Justin. This is in 480 frames a second. One of those iguanas. It's really hard to see on your small screen, but there was an ant that come up on his left side, and he saw it out of the corner of his eye, and he turned around, and you can catch his tongue.
Oh, you caught his tongue coming out? That's awesome.
Yeah. Did I share that to you?
No. I'm just saying, I assume that's where you were going.
Yeah. Well, I don't know the rest of the group can see this, but here it goes.
I can see it.
That little ant is right by his left foot. Then he comes out and boom. And then another one comes up on his right, is going near his right rear leg. He turns. And now it's near his front right leg. Boom, he nails it.
Yeah. How big do you think that one was?
Oh, he was only 6 inches.
Yeah, see, I saw one about a month or so ago when I was actually on a live with Paul driving down the road, and I couldn't stop because I was like in a line of traffic going down the road at like 30, 40 miles an hour. But there was a 4-footer, a big ass motherfucker come up out of the bushes and ran out halfway out in the road and then ran back into the bushes. I was like, holy shit, it was like a little mini crocodile.
That's what it wasn't Matty was telling me. He said you've seen them down there 5-6 feet long.
Oh yeah. And then you have the iguana rain, what they have a couple different terms for it, but when it rains iguanas, when it gets super cold down here, they freeze up and they just start falling out of the trees
Really?
because they're cold-blooded, so they can't handle the cold weather.
Really?
Yeah, the minute it gets cold, they freeze up and you'll just see them falling out of the trees.
No kidding.
And that's when you can run up and catch them because they can't move. They're just frozen solid.
Here's another one. This was really cool. I caught the pelican coming in from the left and the boat coming in from the right. And they crossed by each other. Let me see here. Share screen. Here we go. Is the screen sharing?
Yeah.
This is kind of cool though. Here we go. Wait, where'd my mouse go? Good. There we go. That pelican was just going right along the bottom of the water, and there come the boat.
Yeah, I was trying to get you when actually one of the times you walked off and disappeared, man, that one pelican was just chilling right there. And he was there for a good 10 minutes just sitting there. And
There was a guy that was filleting fish over where I was at, and they were all just standing there with him. Yeah, I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah, because 2 or 3 people walked by this Pelican and it just turned its head and looked at him, but it didn't move at all. And I was like, "Where's Ron at? Where's Ron?" And I was trying to find you, and then you ended up walking back like 10, 15 minutes later. But he stood there for a good 10 minutes and didn't move.
Yeah.
And then there was they ended up spotting some dolphins too.
Oh, really?
But that was, I think that was another time when you were off too. There were some dolphins swimming by the edge. They weren't too far from the edge. But they didn't come up out of the water much. All they were doing was coming up enough to where you could see their fins. And then they were diving back down. But there was, and then somebody had spotted a manatee at one point. It was like,
Yeah.
right,
Yep. I saw that and everybody was chasing after it.
yeah, because it was like right on the edge of where we were having the drone meet. It was like right against that cement wall.
That wall, yeah.
I didn't see it, but everybody else did. By the time I got to the edge, it had already dove down too far to be able to see it. But you don't want to, you can like go out and look at the manatees, but you don't ever screw with them because, oh, they are highly protected.
Oh, really?
Like you can do the swimming with the manatees, but you're not allowed to like touch the manatees or go towards them. You're just allowed to get in the water. And then if the manatee comes and rubs up against you, that's fine. But you can't go out of your, reach out and touch one or anything. Like, and they really watch you. Like, you can get in a lot of trouble. But like I said, they don't really, it's okay. You have to let the man come to you. You can't go to them, pretty much. Oh, crap. This is a school. Damn it. I hate schools.
You love those schools.
No, I don't. They are a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up. You guys, I got a job up at the grocery store. They hired me to, it's
Oh,
just gonna be very part-time. Tell me if I did wrong here. I applied for a part-time job with an ambulance company in Spearfish, which is just under an hour from here. Talked to the guy, sent him a nice professional resume. To me, that shows, maybe in my opinion, but it shows professionalism. Instead of writing out the job application, I brought it into Adobe PDF and typed all my information in there. So it looked very professional. In other words, that shows that I've done this before.
right.
I send it to him. I sent him professional. He never called any of my references. Check that out. But the guy calls me and said, "Hey, Ron, I'm got your stuff. You'll be getting a phone call from our what they call FTO, field training officer, and pick a date and we'll get you started." And I'm like, okay, he never interviewed me, never met me, and we never discussed salary. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, so this field training officer guy calls me a couple of days ago while I was in Florida. And I said, I need to talk to Brian a little more. Because one of the things I wanted to discuss with him is a lot of part-time jobs require that you do so much time per month, to remain active. And September, October, November, I'm pretty much not available. I wanted to make sure that was okay. In other words, I want to make sure I'm a good fit for them. So I called Brian Monday. And I said, "Brian, I got two things to ask you. One is, I asked him about the 3 months in the fall, and he's like, not a problem." I said, "Brian, we never discussed salary. What are you paying your high experienced medics there?" And I don't think he was lying to me, because I've seen a lot of this in Pennsylvania. And Paul, you can probably relate to this, where they're paying personnel, they're also losing personnel and not able to get personnel because of reimbursement from Medicare. Does that sound familiar to you, Paul?
Yeah,
But he quoted me, he said, well, we're paying our best I can pay is $14, $15 an hour. And I'm like, I about fell out of my chair. I'm like, I'm sorry, Brian, but I'm gonna have to decline. I can't do that. I started out very close to that 25, 30 years ago.
yeah,
You know, I said, Brian, I'm not expecting you to pay me that, but I'm pushing triple that in my full-time job, you know?
right.
What's wrong with
I said-
making $50 an hour?
What's that, Justin?
Right. I said, what's wrong with making $15 an hour?
What's wrong with that, Justin, is when you work 24-hour shifts, the requirements, the education, the licensures, everything to put up with all of that. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
That was a rhetorical question.
I know.
I'm
But-
just messing.
The requirements required to maintain my job and to get paid that, and plus I'm pushing 30 years experience. They're paying me at my full-time job what I'm worth. They're paying me as a 30-year medic. And I can't, I feel like I would degrade myself. Yes, it would be income, but on the same token, you know, if he only called me for a 12-hour shift, well, that's 2 hours of round trip driving. And you talk about fuel, you know,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but,
Like I said,
and-
be happy I gave you 10.
and on top of that, seriously, Justin, when you work a 24-hour shift, you know, like I do up at my full-time job, sometimes I sit on my ass, but sometimes I earn my keep. And Paul, you guys have seen me sometimes after 3-4 days up there, you know,
Yeah, you're whipped.
to beat your body up like that for 14, 15 bucks an hour.
Well, the thing of it is what in your case, if I was in a bad accident on a highway somewhere, do they want to send somebody with a Red Cross badge, or do you want somebody that's capable of saving your life?
Yeah,
You know, it's like if you go to an emergency room, do you want to get a doctor that's making $15 or $20 an hour? No, I don't think so.
no. You know, it's like up at the hunting lodge.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the one up there. Nobody else knew how to do that. I'm the one that set up. I got him an AED up there. I got him a bag mask. And I've got a kind of a procedure. If something really critical happens there at the lodge, how we'll go about things.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the one that set that all up for him. I've got, Paul, in our 300,000 acres of hunting area, I have coordinates for, when I would call 911, I have coordinates for different landing zones.
Yep.
If we have to call a helicopter.
Medevac. Yep.
I've got that all set up for my boss. You know, that's what a 30-year medic does. That's what experience does. You know, somebody brand new off the street. Yeah.
Because you've been trained not only in your medical field, you've been trained for scenario planning.
Mm-hmm.
What if? What if?
Yeah. And I feel bad.
Except when it comes to your own safety when you fall through the ice
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. He doesn't have a plan for
Sorry.
himself.
and no cell service.
Yeah, exactly. AZ said, yeah, even McDonald's are paying more than $15 an hour. And that's just it. You know, I'm actually,
No, hold on. McDonald's is paying more than $15 an hour in the states with extremely high living costs like New York and California. They don't even make close to that here in Florida. They're
Oh, really?
averaging $10 to $11 an hour.
yeah.
It's the states where $15 an hour is.
Well, it also depends upon if they have people to fill the slots. Because if are they going to close a McDonald's if they can't staff it? No, they'll work their way up.
Well, because like I said, the fast food places here, you're lucky to get $11 an hour. There is none of them are here are paying that. And I know everybody keeps saying that they're paying $15 an hour, but that is literally in places like New York where $15 an hour
But
is
here's
like
here's my
$11.
point, Justin, is my friends up here at the grocery store hired me. And they said, Ron, the best we can pay is $12 an hour. I'm okay with that because I can walk to work. It'll take me 3 minutes. And I'm going to go up there. I'll stock some shelves. I'll ring some customers out. It's not.
And you can work when you want to work.
Yeah. But.
And they're
In my
happy
line
to
of
get
work.
they're happy to get a break, right?
Yeah. In my line of work, though, there's a lot involved. You wouldn't believe how many licensures I have to maintain, how much continuing education and training, and the sheer fact that for a 24-hour shift, you can be up for 24 hours. And I'll tell you what, then when you go home and it takes you guys have seen me, it takes you 2-3 days to recover, and when you get home, it's supposed to be your time, to go have fun or whatever. And when that's taken away from me, if it's a high rate of pay, then yeah.
That's what my dad did for years, Ron. He was a firefighter for the Marine bases in California. And that's what they did, 24 hours on, 24 hours off, 24 hours on. He did it every other day. But granted, the firehouse was only like 15 miles from the house. And he had his own apartment there.
Yeah.
But he had to do it every other day, 24 hours on, 24 hours off. So yeah. I didn't see my dad a lot because of that. And it was just me and him for years.
And that's along the same lines of Jim used to tell me all the time that he was constantly getting offers to do drone work for $100. It's like, wait a minute. You're offering $100 to come do a job with my drone that I paid several thousand for, that how many hundreds of dollars of editing equipment and programs and the knowledge to know how to do this stuff, and you pay me $100?
Well, that's why I've told people to stop going and getting their 107s unless they're just doing it for YouTube to make money, because the market has gotten so saturated, it's not worth being a drone pilot professionally anymore.
It's not.
Because now these companies are wanting you to come and do 6 hours worth of work and give you 3,000 photos, and they want you to do it for $60.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then there was I heard some people complaining, that they wanted them to drive like 50, 60 miles and take like 1,000 photos, and they only wanted to give them like $80.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not even worth the gas. Like, are you really thinking? But that's the thing, though, is these new pilots coming in that don't really know how to do anything, and they're just buying the drones and getting started. They're taking those jobs, and so companies keep offering that.
Yep.
The problem is the guys that have been doing it for the last, 5-10 years professionally, it's not worth it anymore. And it's a kind of pointless. Everybody's going and getting their 107. Unless you're going to start making money off of your photo, like off your videos on YouTube, and that's all you're doing is YouTube, you might as well just not even go get it, because nobody's making money off of flight footage off YouTube. There's very few channels that actually make any money doing flight footage. Because like I said, look at Dobo, look at Billy Kyle. 90% of their channel has nothing to do with actually flying or showing footage. It's just unboxings and reviews. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they're making money. If you're trying to build a channel purely off of flight footage, it's never going to go anywhere. You might get to a few thousand subscribers, but then at some point you're going to hit a brick wall and it's just going to stop. And that's because you're hitting a few thousand people within the drone community that are willing to support you, and maybe a few outsiders. But other than that, it's never going to blow up. You're never going to be a 1 million subscriber channel just doing flight footage. Right.
But it's like, the whole point I'm trying to make is, and it's tough in today's world, but pay people what they're worth. It's like your job, Justin. Yeah, you're new at your job, but you know what? I'll lay 10 to 1. You keep doing a good job at what you're doing, and maybe in a couple of years you'll be able to advance to a different department or do it and get a better job with it and better pay. And you know, in other words, work your way up. And
Yeah.
that's at any job, you know?
Well, after 6 months, I get $1, and then another at the end of the year, I get another 50 cents anyway. So
Yeah, see, you know,
and then I get yearly, like our company, an FPU, their contract requires a yearly cost of living raise. So they have to give that to you every year. And that can be anywhere between 50 cents to $1. So
yeah. But people are, you know, companies are wanting, times are tough, I understand it, but they're wanting the people to come in and bust their tail for nothing anymore, and I just refuse to do it. You know, I could probably go out and, you know, you can get a bartending job. Heck, it was 6 months ago, a lady at, what's that one, Red Lobster?
Yep.
She told me the majority of their waiters, waitresses are making in the average with their tips around $30 an hour. She said, we're down 10 people right now. You want a job? She wanted me to work for her. And I laughed and said, you know, I don't think, she goes, no, you don't understand what my waitresses are making. You keep a smile, you're a nice guy, you give the customer what they want, they tip you well. And at the end of the day, she said, they're making roughly real close to $30 an hour on the average, some more, you know.
you know what company's actually paying very well now that used to get so much shit about their pay is actually Walmart.
Yeah.
They're actually paying very well. Like like just say you want to go work in the meat and produce area, they start off at $13-14 an hour.
Yeah.
And that's not even a real meat and produce section. Like, it's not like you're an actual butcher. You're literally just taking frozen shit out of a box and putting it on, dating it and putting it on the shelf. That's all you're doing. And just like, if you want to be, if a supervisor, a lot of the supervisors now, just to be like a support manager, you're not salary.
Mm-hmm.
They're starting off anywhere between $18 to $20 an hour.
Yeah. You know, and, you know, Sarah sees it too, you know, that's why she went to another job, and she's probably with a heck of a lot better company.
Well, I've pushed Sarah for like the last 3-4 months. I kept getting on her. I was like, well, you got to do something else. I was like, this is not working. I was like, they're not giving you any raises. You've been there 3 years and you got a measly 40-cent raise in 3 years. I said, that is fucking ridiculous.
You know, the
I was
company,
like, it's a medical facility and not a little one. It's a huge one, a multi-million-dollar one.
you know, that's just like the reservation. When I left Nevada and first come back to South Dakota, I was lied to in the interview, didn't realize it. It was my own fault. But when it came down to it, the poor salary that I ended up making for the amount of hours I was putting in, and we just lost Paul. You're now the host. Oh, yeah,
Well, he put you as
once they started losing everybody and they almost went out of business, then that's what it took for them to, okay, we need to start paying employees, you know.
right. And that's what I'm saying is like, and like I said, like around here, like I know in a lot of places McDonald's is paying more, but around here, you're going to be lucky to get $10 an hour. There's a lot of places, like even the dollar stores are starting you off at like $9.50 an hour. You're not getting shit here. So what I'm making as far as $15 an hour for my area is really good. But if I was in New York, $15 an hour would be like making $10 an hour here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not good. It just all depends on where you live at. Because there's places in New York where Walmart pays cashiers $22 an hour. But when you break down what the cost of living there is, that it really isn't shit.
Right.
It sounds like a lot, but it's not.
But like, look at your job, Justin. Yeah, you might not be at the salary you want, but you're getting some perks. You get a vehicle you take home. You don't use your personal vehicle to go to work. Sit and think about the amount of money that would be.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about getting to work every day. And
Yeah,
if my car does break down, I just call the tow truck to come pick it up.
exactly. Sit and think about the amount of money, like how far is your work from your home?
Well, it just depends on what city I'm in.
Oh,
I don't actually have like an office or anything.
you don't have like an office? you
No, my
report to
truck
every
is
day?
my office.
Oh, shit.
So
That's-
I have what I do is I go to the Florida Public Utilities, their office once every couple weeks, and I just pick up sheets of paperwork. Here, let me show you. Let me flip my camera around. So I pick up sheets of paperwork like this
Right,
and each one's for a different city. And there's like a couple hundred addresses for each city. So when I just go and I just start on whatever city that I feel like doing that week. And if it takes me a week or 2 weeks to do, it doesn't matter. I'm not pressured to finish by a certain time.
yeah. But sitting, like I said, your salary might not be where you're at, but sitting, do a rough guess if you had to drive 20 miles a day to go to work, what it would be, the wear and tear on your car, the cost of fuel. Like you said, you bring your office home every night. You know, you're
Right.
making
drive
a lot more than what you think. You know,
and I probably drive close to, on average, probably so far about 500 to upwards of 1,000 miles a week. It depends on how far I
Yeah.
have to go.
yeah,
It can be quite a bit of driving.
yeah,
Like so far this week, I've had to come to St. Cloud Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, which is today. And I've had to drive, it's about 50 some miles each way.
yeah,
So, I mean, that's 300 miles right there just in 3 days. That's not including all the driving around the city.
right,
You know, that can be another 20, 30 miles right there each day.
yeah,
So it adds up by the end of the week. I can do, on average, usually I'll do probably about 500 miles a week. So, and we're about to get new work trucks too.
oh, really?
Yeah, they're buying a whole brand new fleet of work trucks. We're getting actual pickup trucks instead of Jeeps now. So. We're getting that new Ford, what is it, the Ford Maverick, I think it is.
Are those Explorer, is it the Explorer or back? Yeah,
And I think we're getting the Ford Mavericks, I think they're called.
yeah, so new front wheel drive trucks.
Yeah, and that's all one body, like the bed's
Yeah.
not a separate piece.
Yep,
But have you seen how cheap they are? They're only like, they start at
yeah, the base
19,000.
models are at 20,000.
Yeah. I was like, damn, that's, I mean, granted, everybody's like, oh, that's not a real pickup truck. You know, a lot of people have said that. But for a basic truck, if you just want to have a truck, it's not a bad price. Granted, yeah, it's not a fucking F-350, you know, King Ranch type truck, but I mean, if you just need a truck to pull a boat or something, or just everyday stuff, I mean, it's fine for 20,000. Shit.
Lynn just wrote, said Paul lost internet.
Well, I guess you just keep the show on until you want to get off, because I
Yeah.
got to get off here in a second. I got to go into school.
Yeah, I'll probably jump off too when you go. Somebody else comes on. Yeah, I'm gonna go up to the store and talk to them. Plus, I think it'll build a friendship with them. They just fired a guy up there. He deserved it. He was a knucklehead. And Terry's a little afraid. He lives locally. He's got some issues. He worked for them for the last 2 years, but he's got some temper issues. And she's a little afraid of him coming back since she fired him. And he's not packed tight in his box, so to speak. But I think the more male figures that she can have up there, I think she'll feel a little more comfortable with that. God forbid if he would ever do something like that, her husband would freak it. Her husband, God, he's my kind of my new friend, Justin. He's a millionaire and good guy, but boy, he don't mess with him. He'll kill you. He'll shoot you in a heartbeat. Yeah, it's But I think it'll be fun. You know, and I'll get to meet more people in the community. One of the things she wants me to do, you'll laugh at this, is in the summer, coming up pretty soon, they barbecue chicken. There are so many people that come to this area to fish, and people that stop at the store to pick up lunches and stuff and to have fresh barbecued chicken.
Uh-huh.
So I'll get to stand outside and barbecue some chicken, and you know, it's not a hard job. So
Unfortunately, I gotta jump off, so.
yeah. Oh, there's Paul Murray back.
Back.
Phone call real quick.
All right, dude. Say hi to Sarah.
I'm back.
All right, well, I'm about to jump off, Paul. I gotta do some stuff.
Okay,
with Rod
sounds good,
tomorrow.
Justin. I just wanted to get back. I made you two of you co-hosts, but I didn't make you host. So in order to shut it down, I have to do it.
Oh, well, next time I'm down at that tower, Justin, I'll call you.
All right, yeah, definitely.
I didn't realize I was that close to you.
Yeah, you weren't very far. It would have took me like 15, 20 minutes to get over there.
Wow. Huh. All right, dude.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
All right.
So
All right, Paul. Well, I'm probably gonna,
Ron, you're gonna head out, are you?
yeah, get my day started. And
I was just gonna double check and see if I got any notification from eBay about my situation, like a reply back, but let me see.
I would call that number, Paul, and that's all you got to say. That is one of their policies, that their PayPal account address and their shipping address, they must match. You know, and here's the sad part is those guys are smart enough to, you know, these scammers are smart enough to have the knowledge and ability to hack into computers and do
Yeah.
all that stuff, but then they're too stupid to pay attention to small details like that. Look it up on eBay. It has it on there that said with your account, your PayPal and your shipping address must match.
Yeah,
And all you got to do is call them, Paul, and say, hey, this guy wanted me to ship it to a different address. I am uncomfortable with that. I feel it's fraudulent, and I want to cancel this transaction.
oh yeah, definitely, because it's outside the parameters. I've never,
Yeah.
of course, you know, I imagine the average person that gets scammed doesn't realize they're getting scammed.
But here's one thing you do, Paul. Make sure you do this, because this covers your tail. Is you can message back and forth to the buyer and seller. Make sure you write him and
Yeah,
say, hey,
I've got to find it. Yep.
yeah, write him and say, hey, this is against eBay policy. You're wanting me to ship to a different address than what is on your account, and I am uncomfortable with this.
Yeah.
That way that says that you
I'll let him and tell him to contact eBay as well, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
And that covers your tail even more.
Okay.
So, yep. That way there it's written, because eBay goes back and they check communication between the buyer and seller. Yeah.
Well, what I'm trying to figure out now, Ron, is
That way there your account's not tarnished in any way, you know.
yeah. Well, what I'm trying to find right now, Ron, is I'm going to go to my notifications and see where it is. I'm trying to find where it was, where the notification was, is that it was bought. And I'm not seeing the eBay. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, so it says that I'm supposed to ship it to Mark Conway in DeLand, Florida.
Right.
Contact the buyer. Okay. What do you think I should say?
Say to whom?
The original buyer.
Oh, I would, exactly what I told you. And here, I'm trying to find it for you here.
Okay, well, I'm gonna screen share so everybody can see what I'm typing in here.
Uh,
Screen share, here we go. Okay, I received a message to ship to a different address and different name. This is
right here, Paul.
outside. What's that?
Here,
Let me go back over here so I can
Look.
see what you're, okay.
when you're done, let me screen share with you.
Okay, let me stop screen share. Okay,
Share screen. There you go. Changing your shipping address after you bought an item. Sellers generally cannot change the shipping address that you provided at checkout. If they haven't sent the item, the best thing to do is ask the seller to cancel the transaction and repurchase the item with the correct shipping address. You made your purchase in the last hour, you can ask the seller to cancel the order by selecting the cancel order button. Once you've asked the seller to cancel the order, they can either accept or decline your request within 3 calendar days.
well, I don't want to piss the guy, buyer's remorse sets in, and if it really is the buyer that at the other address that I'm supposed to ship it to and he's paid for it, I don't want him to say, whoa, maybe I'm not supposed to buy it. It could be karma.
Yeah, read that. There's a whole bunch of information on here, Paul. Let me see here. I'll copy. I'll put this in the chat. Let me stop share. Chat. I'll put it in the private chat for you. There, Paul, I put that in the private chat for you. Go ahead and read through that whole article there.
Okay.
But honestly, this exact thing happened to me. And I called eBay and I told them exactly that. They changed the address. They want me to ship to a different address. All you have to say is I am uncomfortable with this and I feel it is fraudulent. And I want to cancel the transaction. That's all you got to do. And contact whoever that person is, but make sure you do that. That way that shows that you had and put those exact words into that buyer. So I'm uncomfortable with this. Is against eBay policy. That's what I would do.
Okay. Now here's what I'm typing in the information. Authorized address and change of buyer name. You must. I'm going to screen share again so you see it. I'm typing. Okay, you must make any changes. Make any changes through eBay to ensure the sale is according to eBay
Policy.
policy, POLICEY.
No, why? Just why?
Receive is spelled wrong.
Should be EIB.
I received a message to ship to a different address and different name. This is outside eBay rules. If there is a legitimate buyer, authorized address change, address and change of buyer's name, comma, you must make the changes. You must make any changes through eBay to ensure the sale is according to eBay policy and rules. How's that sound?
I would also put on there, I have dealt with similar situations in the past to find out that these transactions were fraudulent. Yeah, transactions similar. In the past, yep.
Oh,
Yeah, similar, yeah, go ahead.
changes, similar changes to a sale in the past that were fraudulent.
Yep,
FRAUDLENT.
I believe so.
No.
Fraud, I think ULENT. ULENT. Yeah, there you go.
Fraudulent.
Yep.
Yep.
And then put period. I am going to follow.
I have to.
I have to follow
eBay.
eBay policy and procedures 100%. That covers your ass. Get 2 E's in there. Just 1 E in procedure. Yeah, there you go.
Policy and procedure as required.
And you can put to protect myself.
Oh, or as required to ensure a 100% valid
Transaction. Yep, there you go.
How's that?
See, the bottom line is, Paul, is you're putting this in writing because eBay is going to go back and look at the messages that, in other words, if you just kept silent, then eBay is going to come back and say, well, you know, you're the guy tried to buy it and then you're not responding to them. But here, they're going to read that stuff and say, oh yeah, the seller did, he's wanting to follow, Yeah, AZ is correct. He's gonna cancel and he's not gonna reply back to you. Yep.
Well, AZ's been helpful all morning long with looking up stuff and finding stuff, and I can't say enough positive about AZ. Once you're friends with AZ, you got a friend for life.
Well, then there's also hanging with JD, so tell him Studio B is about to unleash a fury unless he gets his shit together. Good old JD. Yeah, him and AZ's right, you know. Yeah. Well, anyhow, Paul, I'll let me know what
Okay.
you hear later today.
Yeah.
And I'll
Okay,
probably maybe
yeah,
catch
we're gonna
you
be on
guys.
later. Paul will be back. Everybody,
All right.
thanks so much for helping me with this.
You bet.
Ron's got to leave, and I might as well leave and calm down a little bit.
There you go, buddy.
Calm down. Okay, everybody, thanks for being here so much. And AZ, you're the man.
You're the
Ron,
man.
everybody that helped with this to help me try and figure this out. Thank you so much.
That's what we do.
Yep, we'll see everybody again tonight.
All right, guys. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.